Hey guys, it's Brody, and today I'm going to be doing some 3x3 walkthrough solves. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll see all of my new tutorials as soon as they come out. Let's get started. So I will have the scrambles on screen and in the description, so if you want to follow along, you can. Make sure to scramble with white on top and green in front. Here we go. Okay, here is the first scramble. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, I am going to do a white cross here because I already have these two pieces in, and I've got this and this right there. So I'm trying to figure out, there are a few good options for my first pair. I have these two or these two. I'm probably going to end up trying to preserve these two. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a U2R2 to bring in this edge. And so then in order to solve this cross edge, I need to do D, R prime, D prime, but I'm going to do DU and then R prime, D prime so that I can preserve this pair. Actually, here's something kind of interesting I'm going to do. Because I have a way to solve this pair without messing up this in a way that'll just make everything easier, I'm going to do this pair and then go straight into this. So I have this pair which needs to go into the back here, so I'm going to bring over the corner. I'm going to do a lefty sledge and then insert the pair, and then I'm going to solve these two, and then I'm going to keep track of this pair right here. So I'm going to solve this pair like that and keep track of this, and by now I know that my blue and orange pair is in the slot wrong like this. And I'm actually going to take it out while I'm solving this. When I do that, it's going to insert this misoriented edge into the slot, which means after I solve this pair, I can just cube rotate and then I'll have all my edges oriented. So I'm going to do R prime, move over this, insert the pair, and then normally I'd just set up that pair like that, but because I knew I was going to have my edges, I'm going to rotate and then I'm going to do a solution like that. So it's just R prime, D prime, R, U prime, R prime, D, R, and then you have your pair. And I see here I'm going to get an L case, and it's going to be a 2-gen L case. And yep, that's what I have because I have opposites here and adjacent here. So I'm just going to solve that. And then I have a counterclockwise U perm. And because I have that and I have AUF, I'm going to do the U perm plus U2 alg, and then it'll move this bar to the back, and then I'll have a U AUF. Like that. And that's how I do that solve. Okay, here is scramble number 2. Once again, this looks like a much easier white cross than yellow. And so I'm going to do white, and let's see what's going on with my pairs. Okay, I'm gonna probably end up doing blue and orange as my first pair. So I've got these two, that's wrong, and then I've got these two right here. So first I'm actually going to do an F2 and then insert the orange, so I have red and orange across from each other. And then I've got white on there and blue on there, which means that I can just line these up and then put in blue. And because I was going to do blue and orange, I'm going to move this corner out so it doesn't go into the bottom layer. And then I've got this pair right here, and I can track this because this edge won't go anywhere, so I can just track the corner. So I'm going to connect that, solve that. I've got this really easily, and I already see this pair right here. And then I've got this pair, I've got that which I can track. And so what I do for this is, instead of doing a Y2 and doing that insertion algorithm because the corner is solid and I have the edge, I'm just going to start it like that. And then because I'm already in this position, I can just do the insert like that, which just makes everything easier, and it makes sure that I won't get a dot OLL. So then I've got OLL and I've got a GA perm. Okay, so quite obviously I'm going to do white. I've got this pair and this pair, And I'm going to end up preserving this one, but not this one. So I'm going to start off by actually getting these two correct relative to each other. And I can do that by doing R prime, F, and then L. And those two are solved correctly relative to each other. But the red isn't. And so I want to get that out of the bottom layer for now. I'm going to do that with an R. I'm still tracking this pair right here. So then, when I move over the D layer so that I can put down this pair, or this edge, I'm going to do that. And then I can insert this edge by doing D prime, L, D prime. I've got this pair, and then let's see what else we have. I'm going to insert that. I have this, or this. I'm probably going to end up rotating like this, and I'm going to solve this blue and orange pair. Like that. And so I'm going to do something sort of fancy to solve this pair without cube rotating. And we'll see what it does to the other pieces. I'm honestly not too sure. So I'm going to connect those. And then in order to insert this into the back here without cube rotating, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to have to end up rotating for this, so I'm just going to do that now. And luckily I can cancel into sledgehammer and then solve that. And I've got a ZBLL. So I've got matching here, adjacent here, and I've got this block right here. And when I have that, my normal COLL will skip, and because the block's already lined up, I won't have any AUF. And so that is my solve. That got a little bit lucky at the end, but was average overall. Scramble number 4. Neither color looks great, but I'm going to end up doing white again. So I've got these two pieces, I've got blue right here and orange. And let's see. Green and red are going to end up pretty easy. So if I solve this green edge with an F2, then I can move down this edge with an L and they'll be solved relative to each other. So I'm going to start off with that. And I saw what that does to my green and red pair. And so next I can solve this edge with an R. But instead of doing that right away, I'm going to first do an R prime so I can solve this edge. So I'm going to do R prime, B prime, R2. And then I have my cross. I do a D prime to line it up. And I've got this pair. And then I'm going to go straight into this pair. Straight into here. And now I've got, if I solve this pair and then cube rotate and then solve this pair, that's probably the best way to avoid cube rotations for this entire thing. So what I do is U2, take this out with RU R prime, and then I have this pair right here, which I insert, and I'm tracking this, and I know my corner's right here. And I solve that like that. And here I'm kind of in an unfortunate position because I'm going to end up getting a diagonal swap PLL, but that's not too bad. And I end up getting a V perm. Okay, once again, neither of the colors is too great, but I'm going to do white, just like I have for all of them actually. And so I'm going to track either this pair or blue and orange, I think. Probably this one, green and orange. So I've got blue already there, orange, red, green. And so if I move up this with an L prime, then I can solve these three edges relative to each other with D, R prime, F prime. And then I've got D, F2 to solve my cross because this is right here. And my first pair is actually going to be this one, and then I'll get right to this. I'm going to have to cube rotate for both. And then I'm going to solve this pair, and then I'm going to go straight into this one because that'll be really easy. So I've got this pair, and then this pair is just going to end up being okay. And so if I really wanted to, I could do some weird EO stuff, but I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to cube rotate, and I'm going to solve this pair like normal. Here I've got the exact same OLL as the last solve, except because my matching bars are going horizontally instead of vertically, I know I'm going to get my corners solved. And I've got a U perm. Scramble number 6, here we go. So once again, nothing too great right out of here. I'm not a big fan of this, but let's see what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do white, and I honestly don't see a great first pair. We'll see what pops up. So I've got this already in place. I've got these two and then this in the back. I'm actually gonna solve the other three before dealing with red. So I'm gonna move over this so I can do L, F2 to solve those two. Then I've got R. Actually, I can do a bit of an X cross here. It's because I've got this edge, which will go here, and then I've got this block. So I'm gonna do U prime, and I'm gonna solve that with a B. So that'll be in position. And then I move over my cross, solve that edge, and now on to the rest of my F2L. Let's see, what would be the easiest here? I'm gonna do some keyhole here for this pair. So I'm gonna move it over, I'm gonna solve this corner, and then do a D prime back, and that will solve the pair. So I've got that. And now, I'm in a bit of a tough position, but actually, I'm gonna connect these two because I've got the open slot in the front, and then do my advanced insert. And then, not only do I not have to cube rotate, but I've got all of my edges. Ooh, and I've got another ZBLL. So, I've got a long bar here. So first of all, COLL, I've got matching and matching. I've got a long bar here, and I've got these two bars here. And so I'm not going to teach this ZBLL. I'm not going to teach this ZBLL right now, but here it goes. And then I just do my AUF, and that's my solve. Okay, let's do one more. Here we are. And this time I'm actually going to do, yellow for the first time in this video. Let's see, what should my first pair be? Okay, I'm gonna sort of preserve this pair. So I've got these two edges and these two edges. So first, let's think about this a little bit. Yes, okay, so this is going to seem a little strange, but instead of moving over this edge with the R2, I'm gonna start off with a B2. I'm gonna do L2, F prime, L prime, and I've got these two, and this pair in the top layer. And then I'm gonna do R2 to solve that edge, and then end off with DL, which sets up this pair again. So I'm gonna solve that. I've got lots of options. I'm gonna end up doing this one, because I can just connect, do my lefty insert. And because I've got this open slot here, I'm going to solve those as if they're in the front, and then just insert into the back. And that sets up really well for this. So I just insert that. We've got COLL, we've got matching and opposite, and then another U prime. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and share this video with a friend of yours. I've got lots of other helpful links to help you get faster in the description, so you should check those out. That's all from me. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Brody, signing out.